Hello everyone, this is Melvin Wawire, and today I'll be comparing two African airlines, that is Ethiopian Airlines and Kenya Airways. Please enjoy. Kenya Airways Limited, more commonly known as Kenya Airways, is a flag carrier airline of Kenya. The company was founded in 1977 after the dissolution of East African Airways. Its head office is located in Embakasi, Nairobi, with its hub at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. The airline was owned by the government of Kenya until April 1995, and it was privatized in 1996, becoming the first African flag carrier to successfully do so. Kenya Airways is currently a public-private partnership. The largest shareholder is the government of Kenya, 48.9%. 38.1% is owned by KQ Lenders Company 27 Limited, in turn owned by a consortium of banks, followed by KLM, which has a 7.8% stake in the company. The rest of the shares are held by private owners, which are traded on Nairobi Stock Exchange. In July 1980, the airline had 2,100 employees and a fleet of 3 Boeing 707s, 1 Boeing 720, and 1 DC-930, and 3 Fokker F-27s. At this time, Addis Ababa, Athens, Bombay, Cairo, Copenhagen, Frankfurt, Jeddah, Kampala, and so on were among the airline's international destinations. A year later, the company commenced serving Tanzania. Flights to Burundi, Malawi, and Rwanda were launched in 1984. That year, the airline ordered 2 Airbus A310s. Kenya Airways was the first African carrier to acquire the type. They were the first wide bodies ordered by the company. In January 2000, the airline experienced its first fatal accident when an Airbus A310 that had been bought new in 1986 crashed off Ivory Coast, shortly after taking off from Abidjan. By April the same year, the fleet consisted of 4 Airbus A310s, 2 Boeing 737-200 and 4 Boeing 737-300. At this time, the company had staff of 2,780, including 400 engineers, 146 flight crew, and 365 cabin crew. From its main hub, Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, scheduled services were operated to Abidjan, Addis Ababa, Amsterdam, Bujumbura, Cairo, Dar es Salaam, and so on. In March 2006, 6 Boeing 787-800s were ordered. The first 2 examples would be delivered in 2010 and the rest in 2011. The original Boeing 787 order was amended 9 months later to include 3 more aircraft of the type. In April 2012, the airline launched a plan named Project Mawingu, the Swahili word meaning clouds. Project Mawingu was to add 24 destinations by 2021, including the start of services to Australia and North and South America, and expanding its presence in Asia as well. This includes initiating routes to Prague and Hanoi in fiscal year 2020-2021. In October 2013, the airline stated that it would add 6 new destinations every year following the delivery of Boeing 777s and Boeing 787s. The carrier had an order. Operational results for fiscal years 2015 and 2016 showed the substantial losses. As of 2019, Kenya Airways serves 53 destinations in 41 countries. Kenya Airways so far has a fleet of 40 aircraft consisting of Boeing 737s, Boeing 777s, 787s, and Embraer 190s. Currently, Kenya Airways is facing an economic turmoil due to the coronavirus pandemic, and even before, they are currently seeking a bailout from the Kenyan government, which wants to acquire 100% of the airline. This acquisition has met various opposition from many economists and from Kenya Airways employees, stating that it's not the company that is in trouble but the leadership itself. Kenya Airways was once known as Africa's best airline, but is now losing to airlines like Air Mauritius and Ethiopian Airlines. Kenya Airways will forever be considered the pride of Africa, even though it ends operations, it will always be considered. Ethiopian Airlines, formerly Ethiopian Airlines (EAL), and often simply referred to as Ethiopian, is Ethiopia's flag carrier and is wholly owned by the country's government. EAL was founded on 21st December 1945 and commenced operations on 8th April 1946, expanding to international flights in 1951. The firm became a share company in 1965 and changed its name from Ethiopian Airlines to Ethiopian Airlines. The airline has been a member of the International Air Transport Association since 1959 and African Airlines Association since 1968. Ethiopian is a Star Alliance member, having joined in December 2011. The company slogan is "The New Spirit of Africa." Its hub and headquarters are at Bole International Airport in Addis Ababa, from where it serves 125 passenger destinations, 20 of them domestic and 44 freighter destinations. The airlines has secondary hubs in Togo and Malawi. Ethiopian is Africa's largest airline in passengers served, destinations served, fleet size and revenue. Ethiopian is also the world's fourth largest airline by numbers of countries served. After the liberation of Ethiopia, Emperor Haile Selassie I asked the United States, the United Kingdom and France to help him establish an airline as part of his modernization effort. According to the BBC News, it is possible that the emperor intended to create the creation of a quality national airline to help dispel impressions of Ethiopian poverty. In 1945, the Ethiopian government began negotiations with both Transcontinental Air Transport and Western Air Express, later merged into TWA. On 8 September 1945, TWA signed an agreement with the American historian and foreign affairs advisor to Ethiopian John H. Spencer to establish a commercial airline company in Ethiopia. The carrier, originally called Ethiopian Airlines, was founded in 21st December 1945 with an initial investment of 2.5 million Ethiopian shillings, divided in 25,000 shares that were entirely held by the government. The company was financed by the Ethiopian government but managed by TWA. At the beginning, it relied upon American pilots, technicians, administrators, and accountants. Even its general managers were from TWA. Minister of Works and Communications Fitari Tafase Habte Mikel became Ethiopian Airlines' first president and chairman. Shortly afterwards, the airline negotiated landing rights with Aden, Egypt, French Somaliland, Saudi Arabia, Sudan, and 5 Douglas C-45s were brought. The main 5 routes in the early years were Addis Ababa to Asmara, Addis Ababa to Djibouti to Aden, Addis Ababa to Khartoum, Addis Ababa to Cairo, Addis Ababa to Nairobi. The airline had its first fatal accident on 15th July when a DC-3 crashed en route to from Bulchi to Jima, killing the pilot. The first east to west link made by an African airline started on 8th November when the Addis Ababa, Accra to Lagos to Monrovia route was launched using DC-6B equipment. In 1970, the fifth renewal of the original 1945 contract changed TWA's role from manager to advisor. On its 25th anniversary, In 1971, the company was ready to continue without foreign assistance. Since then, Ethiopian Airlines has been managed and staffed by Ethiopian personnel. Ethiopian became the first African carrier in ordering the Boeing 767 as well as the first airline to order the Boeing 767. On 1984, the first of these aircraft set a new distance record for a twin-jet flying 7,500 miles non-stop from Washington, D.C. to Addis Ababa on delivery to the company. By 1996, the airline was flying to Bangkok, Beijing, Durban, and Johannesburg. Routes to Ivory Coast and Senegal were also being operated. In the late 1990s, the carrier saw the incorporation of Copenhagen and Maputo to its international network, as well as New York City and Washington as transatlantic destinations. The frequent flyer program, named Sheba Miles after the legendary Queen of Sheba, was launched too. A fleet renewal started in the early 2000s with the incorporation of Boeing 737 and the Boeing 767-300ER. The airline discontinued its service to Newark in favor of Washington in 2004. In the late 2000s, the airline announced it would be the launch customer of the Boeing 787 Dreamliner and placed orders for brand new Airbus A350-900s, Boeing 777-200s, and Bombardier equipment. In the late September 2010, Ethiopian Airlines was officially invited to join Star Alliance under the mentoring of Lufthansa. The carrier became a member of the alliance in December 2011, the third Africa-based carrier in doing so, following Egypt Air and South African Airways, and becoming the 28th member worldwide. Ethiopian Airlines was featured by The Economist as an example of excellence in late 1987. An economist, Paul B. Hens, recognized it in 2000 as being one of the most reliable and profitable airlines in the third world. In July 2011, Ethiopia was named Africa's most profitable airline for the year 2010 by ATW Air Transport World, and it has been praised by the African Airlines Association for its sustained profitability over the recent years. In the past years, Ethiopian Airlines has been acquiring stakes in national carriers like Air Malawi, Askai Airlines of Togo, and even airlines in Mozambique like Ethiopian Mozambique Airlines, and airlines in Nigeria like Nigeria Airlines and Ghana Airlines. Ethiopian Airlines has a route network of 127 international destinations, 22 passenger domestic destinations, and 58 cargo destinations. Ethiopian serves more destinations in Africa than any other airline. Ethiopian Airlines has a fleet of 125 aircraft. Ethiopian Airlines has been considered the best African airline in the world, and it has also made Addis Ababa a gateway to passengers coming from Asia, Africa, Europe, and America. Ethiopian Airlines' service is very impeccable and very exquisite. Many people who want to access the African continent usually prefer to fly Ethiopian Airlines other than other airlines which are making losses, thus meaning that they can't upkeep passenger satisfactory levels. Ethiopian Airlines is one of the only airlines that has managed to give profits during this COVID-19 period due to their cargo operations. Ethiopian Airlines has managed to flush out competitors by reducing prices and monopolizing on routes. Ethiopian Airlines has also managed to acquire stakes of different national airlines, including Malawian Airlines and Askai Airlines. Ethiopian Airlines has truly created a monopoly on the African continent. Ethiopian Airlines has made Africa more accessible, and it serves 127 destinations internationally and 58 cargo destinations, and has a fleet size of 129 planes. This is the largest of any African airlines. Ethiopian Airlines has a nice economy class and a nice business class, suitable for the international traveler. and truly shows the African hospitality. Ethiopian Airlines will always be considered Africa's starstruck airline. And now we've come to the part where we'll be comparing Ethiopian Airlines and Kenya Airways. Ethiopian Airlines has the best business class cabin in the whole African continent, boasting great service, great in-flight entertainment, great cabin atmosphere, and great seats. Not forgetting the wonderful food they serve. Guys, their food is exquisite on every single level, beating all kinds of African airlines out there. Their food deserves a 5-star rating. Kenya Airways' business class has an old design and boasts a weird aesthetic. Their seats are comfy though, plus their cabin crew is well trained, although underpaid. See what I did there? Anyway, their food isn't the best in the industry and is usually served either under or overcooked, which is a major turn-off for most business travelers. Ethiopian Airlines economy class is like the usual economy class you would find on major carriers in Asia, North America, and Europe. Their in-flight entertainment features world-renowned local and international movies and series. They still offer great service and food in their economy class. Kenya Airways' economy class is kinda dated, but still offers comfortable seating. Their cabin has been reported to be extraordinarily clean, although they still lack a lot in the food department, especially in how warm or cold the food is, or if it's cooked or undercooked. In the cabin sector, Ethiopian Airlines has 2 points and Kenya Airways has 1.5 points, meaning Ethiopian Airlines is the winner. Ethiopian Airlines' service has a reputation of being unpredictable. There have been some reports whereby it has been very bad, and there have been some points where it has been very good. So I think I'll give Ethiopian Airlines a half mark, because just recently our famous blogger reported that the service on his flight was very bad. So we'll give Ethiopian Airlines a half point. The service when you're using Kenya Airways is way better than the service on Ethiopian Airlines from the moment you get to the airport till you land at your destination. The cabin crew are very nice, and the lounges at the airport and basically the whole airport is very luxurious, and you feel like you're not in Africa. It's a very nice feeling, and their service is way better than Ethiopia's. I've never had anyone complain about Kenya Airways' service. In conclusion, Ethiopian Airlines is way better than Kenya Airways in so many sectors, and Kenya Airways may not even be here in the next 10 years. Ethiopian Airlines has a better cabin, better food, and better corporate affairs, but Kenya Airways has better service, and service is one of the most important sectors in the aviation industry. If you may have a good cabin and a good plane, but you won't have good service, and that's one place where Ethiopian Airlines lacks. So in this comparison video, I say Ethiopian Airlines is a winner. Ethiopian Airlines is generally better than Kenya Airways. It's doing better financially, it's doing better in every single sector apart from services. Thank you for listening. I hope you like this video.
Thank you for your love. Thank you for the heart. There'll never be a long and long